Welcome to ZoT News episode number 2. But wait, Daniel, what happened to episode number 25, as the last one was 24? Well, since we've actually restarted this whole series, we have a new intro, we have new lower thirds, and we're also kind of bringing back this whole series. We'll be doing it every single Sunday. We've decided to restart that numbering from 1. So the previous episode is now 1, and this is basically 2. So welcome to ZoT News, episode number 2. This is an unscripted series in which I'll be talking about everything interesting that happened over the past week. So it's gonna be like a really cool, chilled, live stream style video in a way. And in this week's episode, I'll be covering the Apple AirTags leak, the AirPods Studio leak, the final details in terms of the PS5, Oculus Quest 2, final details as well, Apple One membership, and also Nvidia Buying ARM. So get that popcorn ready, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I know you probably heard it by now, but I do believe that Raid Shadow Legends, who generously sponsored this ZoT News episode, is by far the most complex and deepest mobile game out there right now, at least from the ones that I have personally tried. You have over 500 champions to collect, and they all have their own skill trees. And with millions of unique artifacts to collect, no two champions will ever be the same. So you get a ton of options when it comes to building your own champion. Then you can actually team up a few of your champions and build your own team. And with that team, you can then play PvE battles or even PvP battles, fight in the arena or the dungeon to test your skills, and unlock even more powerful items for your champions. The entire game is a story of progression really, and when you feel like you're strong enough, you can test your skills in the PvP arena battles, where you'll be actually fighting against other teams that other real players have made. And aside from the very deep gameplay and storyline that Raid has to offer, there are a few more things that I absolutely love. Number 1, the graphics. Like, this game looks like a console game on your mobile phone. And then number 2, cross-platform support. So what this means is that you can actually play Raid on your smartphone as well as your tablet, your laptop, and even your desktop PC. And the progress will actually sync across each of these devices. And now in September, Raid is about to release a huge Champions update, tweaking and rebalancing over 20 champions to make PvP battles even more competitive. Not only that, but there's also a forge coming where you'll be able to craft high-quality artifacts. So yeah, simply go to the video description, click on the special links, and if you're a new player, you'll get 100,000 silver plus 1 energy refill plus 10 mystery shards plus 1 free champion, the Slasher. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here. And hurry up, as this will only be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. Okay, so starting off with the Apple AirTags, they got leaked. Now, we've actually heard rumors about the AirTags for so many months now. And long story short, the AirTags are these very tiny devices, trackers basically, that you can place and put in any item or almost any item that you want. So you can place them in a bag, and if that bag gets stolen, you'll be able to track it thanks to that Apple AirTag. So it's very similar to Tiles. If you've heard of Tile, I'm actually using one on my keychain. They're amazing, highly recommend those. So that's what the AirTags are. The only difference is that AirTags will be more expensive and they will only work on iOS and not Android. So we've actually made a concept of the AirTags based on that iOS 13 icon leak. So this was our concept, and now, thanks to John Prosser, we have the final design. So there we go, this is how it looks like. It's very similar to our concept, but not fully, at least not on the front. We don't have an Apple logo. And then on the back, we have this metallic back, which I think looks quite nice. And then we also have a gap in between the back and the front, essentially a place where you can hook up accessories. Now, John mentioned that Apple will be selling a keychain, not an accessory, but literally an Apple keychain that you can use with the AirTag. And they will be selling a few more accessories as well, which is quite interesting. Okay, so I'm also quite confident that a lot of third-party manufacturers will be making accessories for the AirTags, so I'm quite interested to see that. Now, the price, initially it was leaked to be around $30, but now it's actually rumored to be about $70 or up to $70, which is quite expensive. Now, if I had to guess, I would guess that these would be about $49.99 per unit. And speaking of units, according to John, these are actually very, very small. So they're only a tiny bit larger than a bottle cap. So these things will be crazy, crazy small. Now they will have a U1 chip, which, same as the Apple Watch Series 6 and the iPhone 11s and newer, you'll actually be able to locate the AirTags extremely accurately, with a margin of error of just a few centimeters, which is quite not a lot, considering that with Bluetooth you have a margin of error of a few meters. So that's pretty awesome. They're also going to be waterproof. So overall, I'm pretty excited for these. Hopefully they won't be that expensive. I think if they're $50, I might get like 2 of these, maybe 3, but let me know in the comments how many of these would you actually get and what would you actually use the AirTags for. Next up we have the AirPods Studio, which have also been rumored for so many months now, and we've also made our own concept a few months ago based on another leaked iOS icon. And these have also been revealed, finally, design-wise, also by John Prosser, so, it's very similar to how the AirTags were revealed overall. Now, I'm only going to show you the concept that he made with content creator, because there was a lot of dispute between some people got fired. Long story short, this is the concept that he made in collaboration with content creator based on the insider detail that he had. And yeah, I don't know. They look a bit strange. So they look very retro. They also have this metallic and shiny look, so they don't really look like they were made by Apple. So I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of how these look. Maybe when they actually get released and maybe when we get to see them in person, maybe they'll be quite nice, but at least from the concept and from the first impressions, I'm a bit unsure of this design. I actually prefer the way our concept looks more than how the original ones look like. So let me know in the comments if you guys actually prefer our concept or the updated or this latest leak of how apparently the AirPods Studios will look like. Apparently they will have a leather strap on the top, and interesting enough, the ear cups will actually be magnetic. So we've heard about this before, and long story short, what this means is that you can actually detach the ear cups, the design, and replace those with something else, maybe like a fabric design, to just make them look a bit different. So if you don't actually like this shiny metal design, you will be able to replace those with something else, which is quite cool. And I'm quite confident that those accessories, those replacement ear cups, won't be cheap at all. John also states that the headphones themselves, they will actually be reversible. And what this means is that it won't actually matter if you have, left on the left ear and right on the right ear, because they will automatically switch, which is pretty awesome. Like, I was waiting for headphones to be able to do that. Unfortunately, there's no headphone jack, so if you want to connect this to like a computer or an audio monitoring device, you will need to have an adapter. They will have USB Type-C port for charging, which is interesting, so no more lightning. So yeah, we need that iPhone to switch ASAP, which it probably won't. It's going fully wireless. But I do believe that you will be able to connect the AirPods Studio to a MacBook, for example, via USB Type-C and listen to audio like that. Or you can just use an adapter, USB-C to headphone jack adapter. The price is quite high, so $350. So that's quite a bit more than the Sony WHs and also the Microsoft Studio headphones, I believe. So I don't know. I definitely want to try these out. The sound is expected to be quite a bit better than the AirPods Studio and the active noise cancelling as well. But again, I'm not really into over-the-head headphones myself. I just prefer in-ear headphones. So those would be my choice, but I'm quite curious to try those out. If you're enjoying this video so far and you want to see a coverage of the brand new AirPods Studio, definitely subscribe and enable notification, as, it's free. Right, next up we have some PS5 updates. So there was actually a pretty big PS5 event. This is like the third major PS5 event yesterday, as I'm recording this on Thursday, and we got to see quite a few new things. I would say the most surprising one is not the price, which we also got to see, or the back, but some new games. So apparently there's a new Harry Potter game coming, Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm honestly super excited for that. Like, I used to play the old games, the old Harry Potter games, like 1, 2, 3, 4, played all of those, I believe, and those were awesome. So I'm super excited for this game. They've also shown Black Ops Cold War, parts of the campaign, and there's also a multiplayer alpha coming this weekend on the PS4, interesting enough. So that's pretty early, I would say. The game is only coming out in November, I believe, but there you go, you get to play the multiplayer. Resident Evil 8 also got shown at the event. Fortnite is unsurprisingly coming. Now, in terms of Fortnite, there is a brand new engine that's coming, so Unreal Engine 5 in early 2021. And Fortnite will also support the Unreal Engine 5, which means that the graphics will be improved, and we would also be getting ray tracing support in Fortnite, but again, that's only coming next year. And surprisingly, there's also a brand new God of War game. So we've heard rumors about this being in the works, but there you go, now it's official. It's going to be called God of War Ragnarok. This is the second God of War game in this relaunch of the series. And I was not expecting this. It's actually going to come out in 2021, so next year, probably towards the end. I honestly thought that this was going to be like a 2022, maybe even a 2023 game, so that's pretty awesome. And speaking of awesome, there's also a brand new feature of the PS Plus, PlayStation Plus, for the PS5. So if you have a PS Plus membership, you will get some PS4, some free PS4 games, some flagship games actually, such as God of War, Last of Us, and a few more. Again, for free, on the PS5, upgraded, and for day one access. We also got to see finally the back of the PS5. So we have one USB Type-C port, we have two USB Type-A ports, we have one HDMI 2.1 port, one Ethernet port, and obviously the power supply. I was quite surprised that there was no PSVR 1 port, even though Sony has confirmed that the PSVR 1 will in fact be supported. So maybe there's going to be an adapter that Sony will be selling, a USB Type-C to whatever ports that is adapter, or maybe it will actually be included in the box. So yeah, there we go. The PSVR 2, by the way, which is also in the works, that's rumored to come out in 2021. That's also rumored to be a wireless headset, or in the worst case scenario, it will connect via USB Type-C, but very likely a wireless headset. And we also got the price of the PS5, which is pretty much the same price that we expected, and actually the exact same price that I predicted in the PS5 versus Xbox Series X video. So I said it will be $500 for this version, same price as the Xbox Series X. Those have both been revealed now, and they're $500, and then $399 for the digital, which again is $399. Now the Xbox Series S, this one is $299, so that's a bit cheaper. However, the Series S is actually weaker than the Xbox Series X, while the PS5 digital actually has the same performance as the PS5 disc version. So I would say overall in that case, if you need a 4K console, definitely go for the digital version of the PS5, as that console is overall worth it the most. And now it is giveaway time. So in case you don't know, we're actually doing weekly giveaways on ZoT News, and last week we had a giveaway of this dual fast wireless charger from Hodokli. And the winner, we actually picked the winner, and the winner is Paul Fresh Start. So congratulations, we'll be shipping this to you ASAP. So this was last week, but what about this week? Well, this week we have something a bit different. So we have not one, not two, not three, but actually 4 Spigen cases for the iPhone SE, the iPhone 8, the iPhone 7, the iPhone 6s, or the iPhone 6. They work with all of these iPhones. And the ones we have right now are the Slim Armor. We have the Hybrid Neo, which is a bit thinner. We have the Ultra Hybrid 2, which is even thinner and transparent. And we have the Ultra Hybrid 2 in black. So there you go, guys. 4 cases for the iPhone SE, 8, 7, 6s, and 6. And as always, all you have to do is just be a subscriber of the channel, follow on Twitter @ZoTech, and leave a comment on this video saying why do you want to win, and also your Twitter handle. Make sure you leave that in the YouTube comments. The winner will be announced next week on the next ZoTech News episode, and again, we'll have another giveaway next week as well, with a different prize. Right, next up we have the Oculus Quest 2. So we've actually done a recent video on the Oculus Quest 2 with all the leaks and rumors, everything we knew up until that point. And now it's official. Facebook has unveiled their brand new VR headset, the Oculus Quest 2, and it's actually a massive upgrade over the Quest 1, which we got last year, and the Quest 1 ended up being the most successful VR headset ever. Okay, so what improvements do we actually get? Well, first of all, we get a brand new color, so now it's white instead of black. In terms of real improvements, the display is actually sharper now. So we get 1832 by 920 pixels per eye compared to 1440 by 1600. So that's a pretty noticeable improvement. Now the refresh rate has also been improved from 72 Hz up to 90 Hz, even though at launch it will be 72 Hz and then the apps will be updated to support 90 Hz. However, the display has actually seen one downgrade, and that is the fact that now we have an LCD panel instead of the OLED panel that the Oculus Quest 1 came with. I mean, overall we still get a much sharper experience, however the black levels won't be as deep as they were on the Quest 1. So if you play any horror games, for example, like The Exorcist, which I actually got recently, it's a great game, it won't be as scary because the blacks will be like grayish, unfortunately, on the Quest 2. Performance has been significantly improved thanks to the brand new Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 chip, which again, that's a flagship VR processor compared to the low-end Snapdragon 835, which we got last year, which in 2019, that was quite low-end. And the Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 is actually based on the Snapdragon 865. So again, massive performance improvements. And we also get 6 GB of RAM compared to 4 GB on the Quest 1. We also get improved haptics. We get a premium strap that you can actually buy separately. I actually requested that in our full review of the Quest 1, which you can watch right here. And yeah, they have released a separate strap which costs $49, and it will improve the whole comfortability of the Quest 2 significantly. And I think overall the biggest improvement to the Quest 2 aren't any of these massive changes, but the fact that a Quest 2 is actually cheaper. So it's now $100 cheaper than what the Quest 1 used to cost. Right, next up we also have Apple One. So this is something interesting. This is like a membership tier, kinda, that Apple introduced at the event this week. And long story short, it's a unified plan that unifies a few of Apple's services. The name is a bit familiar because Google also had and still has Google One, if you guys remember that. But I think it's very confusing overall because there is no custom plan. Like if you already own one of the services, you cannot really tick a box and add a few more. So there's 3 different tiers. The base one is called Individual. It's $15 a month, and you get music, you get TV, you get Apple Arcade, and you get 50 GB of iCloud. Then the next one is the Family Plan. It costs $20 a month. It works for a whole family, so that's pretty good. I think it's up to 5 members. And you get music, you get TV, you get Arcade, you get 200 GB of iCloud, and that's it. Now there's also one more tier, which is called Premier. That's $30 a month, and you get music, TV, arcade, 2 TB of iCloud storage, Apple News Plus, and Fitness Plus. I really don't like the fact that you cannot customize it. Like personally, I only need music, iCloud, and fitness. That's it. I don't care about TV, I don't care about News Plus, I definitely don't care about Apple Arcade. I just need those. And I cannot have that. I need to buy those separately. So I think that sucks. However, something that doesn't suck is the fact that Apple has actually declined buying ARM. And instead, ARM is being sold or bought by Nvidia. How interesting is that? So apparently ARM wanted to sell ARM. Not an ARM, but the actual company. And they went to Apple first, and Apple said no because of the licensing terms. Now, in case you don't know, ARM, they're the manufacturer and the developer of the ARM CPU architecture, which is being used by every single mobile processor on the market right now. So every single smartphone processor, every single tablet processor, and every single smartwatch processor. And everyone has to pay ARM a license for using their architecture. Obviously, Apple was not okay with that. They didn't want to license ARM to anyone else. They wanted to be the only ones to use it, so that's why Apple didn't buy ARM, because that was one of the requirements. Long story short, nothing will actually change. The only thing that will change is that Nvidia will make a ton of money thanks to all the licensing costs. So when anyone wants to use an ARM processor, even Apple, yes, their Apple Silicon chips are based on ARM, they will have to pay Nvidia, their arch enemy, a fee, which is quite funny. But yeah, there we go. This is everything for this week's episode of ZoT Tech News. I actually got a Fold 2 in the office, which I'll be unboxing very soon. So stay tuned for a video on that next week. But yeah, this has been pretty much it. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Become a member if you want to support the channel. And this has been pretty much it for this episode. So yeah, thank you for watching. This has been ZoT Tech. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZoT Tech, signing out. Cheers.